The Muncie Optimist Club held their annual free fall break skate at the Gibson Arena. Find out more about the nonprofit organization and hear from those who attended.
A vigil for the victims of Israel was held at the Ball Honors House today. See what took place and hear from those impacted by the war.
The White Rabbit Bookstore has a new location. See where they moved to and hear from the owner about his journey.
From Ball State Unified Media, you're waking up with Cardinal Weather, live from the Ball State Weather Center.
Good Friday morning to you. You're waking up with Cardinal Weather. I'm Emma Matlock.
And I'm Jackson White. 6 days after Israel declared war on Hamas, more than 1,300 have died, according to the Associated Press.
Here in Muncie, BSU Jewish Student Organization Hillel invited Jewish students, staff, and faculty to a prayer vigil for those who have lost their lives in the attack. I was able to sit in on this vigil. Take a look.
But then I started singing a little more stuff and a little more stuff. And by midday, I got the magnitude of the event.
At 12:30, Rawitz, as well as other students and staff, came together at the Edmund F. and Virginia B. Ball Honors House to pray.
I'm hoping that this vigil will bring light to the war crimes and the devastating things Hamas are doing right now in the Middle East, and to raise awareness that they do not represent Islam or Palestine.
The vigil was hosted by Rawitz, as well as a professor at the Honors College, who both have ties to Israel.
I live here and I have my family here, but my family members, my immediate ones, are back at home in Israel.
Gert Sezon says she and Rawitz came together for those who are hurting due to the effects of the war.
I wanted to have a support for those who are hurting right now, for those who feel that our legitimacy is taken from us.
Rawitz said he also spent hours on social media watching the updates of the war, prompting the vigil.
I think we started this vigil to support ourselves, to support the country, to show that we support people abroad.
In Muncie, Emma Matlock, NewsLink, Indiana.
Due to the war, we've seen a number of U.S. Traveling groups, specifically those making religious pilgrimages to Jerusalem, make a haze to return to the nation on Tuesday. A traveling group from Tennessee made it after being less than 100 miles from action. A North Dakota church group has safely returned back to the U.S. from war happening in Israel. The group landed in Rochester, Minnesota on Wednesday night. 80 Catholic passionators were on a 10-day tour of Israel and 45 miles away when Hamas attacked. Father Anchorman of Holy Cross Catholic Church says there has been a meaningful takeaway from the trip. He said it gave them a special understanding of what people are going through.
Right now, we are looking at cool and consistent temperatures across the state of Indiana. Checking out Muncie, we have temperatures of 50 degrees right now, 54 in Indianapolis, and 50 in Kokomo. But you should expect us to warm up quite a bit as we head into the rest of the day this Friday. Right now, again, 53 degrees at 9 a.m., warming all the way up to 71 at 2 p.m., hitting around our high at 5 of 75 degrees. We're going to cool a lot down in the evening, and we're also going to cool a lot down as we head into the weekend and the early work week. Right now, 56 on Sunday, 54 on Monday, 57 on Tuesday. Looking at the rest of the week as well, which I will tell you a lot about in the rest of the show, we have cool fall temperatures, rain showers for the rest of the week, and gusty conditions. If you want to hear more about that, check out my full forecast later on the show.
Yesterday, the Muncie Optimist Club held their annual free fall break skate at the Gibson Arena. Muncie's branch of the International Optimist Club first came here in May 1928. The nonprofit's mission is to help youth in need and spread positivity to the community.
The Muncie Optimist Club reached out to us approximately 4 to 5 years ago, asking to sponsor an event that would allow families that staycation for fall break and spring break to have something to go and do at a reduced cost. So they cover the admission for families, and families are just responsible for skate rental If their skater has their own skates, then it's totally free of charge for them to come on this night.
Volunteer work, service projects, programs, and activities are how they empower the young members of their local town. Muncie's group has gotten involved through events that give back or uplift the community. For more information, visit the Muncie Optimist Club on Facebook.
The White Rabbit Bookstore makes a return in a new location. Newsleak's Indiana's Anna Drake has more.
After a long battle of renovations and moving locations, the White Rabbit Bookstore opens back up officially to the public. White Rabbit buys, sells, and trades books of all genres. You can find just about anything but textbooks on the shelves. They specialize in science fiction and comic books. The White Rabbit Bookstore was previously in the village of Muncie, and they battled a long fight of renovations and different contractors. Eventually, the owner, Derek Edwards, realized it was time for a change. Derek is very excited to get back to doing what he loves and sharing his business with Muncie.
Well, I started actually with a flea market booth when I was 17, and I've been in the book business now ever since that. I'm now 61.
Derek's passion has always been books, and his business journey will continue to thrive thanks to a new location.
I just want to keep doing what I'm doing. I love selling books, buying books, and toys and collectibles. It's my passion, and I just really enjoy it.
You can follow up with more updates on the White Rabbit Bookstore on Facebook at White Rabbit Used Books. In Muncie, Anna Drake, Newslink, Indiana.
Just ahead, check out whose birthday we're celebrating today.
That's after your weather now.
Welcome back. The current time is 8:19 and you're taking a live look outside at the Schaefer Bell Tower. It turns out our Milky Way galaxy may weigh less than previously thought. You may be asking yourself, hang on, you can weigh a galaxy? Yes, you can, but not with the normal bathroom scale, if that's what you were thinking. It's a complicated process that involves measuring the speed at which stellar bodies travel and extrapolating from there to determine a galaxy's total mass. The full explanation is mind-numbingly complex, but it doesn't matter, because the bottom line here is scientists now think our galaxy is far lighter than previously believed. How much lighter, you ask? The weight of trillions of suns combined. Researchers arrived at this hypothesis using recent measurements from the European Space Agency's Gaia satellite. The measurements show suspiciously slow-moving stars on the outskirts of the Milky Way. The new findings have profound implications for scientists' understanding of dark matter.
An estimated 1 in 13 children have food allergies, and nuts are one of the food groups that can cause more of the serious allergic reactions in the U.S. But a study looking into how oral enmetopathy in young children may help allergies in the children's future. In today's Health Minute, Karen Kaifa has a look at the research.
It's one of the most common causes of severe allergy attack. Peanut allergies can affect all aspects of a child's life.
They can spend a lot of time worried about having a true allergic, life-threatening allergic reactions. So it can be really difficult for these kids.
Dr. Sandra Hong with Cleveland Clinic says food allergies can also lead to isolation, even bullying.
We can't have parties in the classroom anymore, or we're not allowed to have the really fun treats anymore because there's someone who has a milk allergy or a peanut allergy.
Hong is one of the authors of a study researching how oral immunotherapy may help. It's a therapy where researchers expose young children under the age of 1 who have been diagnosed with a food allergy to the food to which they're allergic.
We get very tiny amounts slowly built up into their system, and we need to do it in our offices.
Hong says of the children who took part in their peanut oral immunotherapy study, 91% ended up being able to tolerate large amounts of peanuts without a severe reaction. She says the rest were still able to be exposed to multiple peanuts at a time. Researchers believe that means those children may not have to worry about accidental peanut exposures.
They are at an ice cream shop and they want to get ice cream, but as long as they avoid the peanut containing ones, they'll be able to tolerate small amounts of contamination.
For Health Minute, I'm Andy Gaither.
Every day is a good day to celebrate the nation's service members, but Friday is extra special because it's the U.S. Navy's actual birthday, observed every year on October 13th. It was on that date in 1775 that the Continental Congress green-lighted the first U.S. naval force. That makes Friday the Navy's 248th birthday. According to the nationaldaycalendar.com, the Continental Navy had just 2 ships and a crew of 80 men at the time of its inception. Today it has more than 340,000 active duty personnel and upwards of 71,000 reservists.
In celebration of that birthday, check this out. A 100-year-old shipwreck has been discovered in Lake Superior near Whitefish, Michigan. The World War I era steel bulk freightliner Horaton went down in 1923. It was empty at the time and sailing in heavy fog and smoke from forest fires. It collided with a loaded freightliner Cetus, which at 416 feet long was almost twice its size. The Cetus tore a hole in the Horaton, and the crew boarded the Cetus when it became clear the ship wouldn't stay afloat. The first mate even had time to unite the crew's mascot and carry the bulldog onto the Cetus. So it's been long known the Horaton sank, but wreckage wasn't found until August in 800-foot deep water. The wreck is only a few miles from the Edmund Fitzgerald, which sank in 1975 and was immortalized in a song by Canadian singer-songwriter Gordon Lightfoot.
Yes, taking a look across the nation right now. Take a look across the nation right now. 50 degrees in Muncie, 49 degrees in Minneapolis, and a cool 39 in Denver. But what I really want to direct your attention to is this cold front right here, indicated by the 2 colors, just right here, where it goes directly from light blue to green. Now that is going to be our major weather maker as we get into the weekend, so more on that here in a sec. But looking at our current watches and warning in Raleigh, North Carolina, you can see this gray right here. That is a dense fog warning. What that means is visibility is going to be reduced down to a mile or less. So definitely, when you're getting out this morning, take a little time, take that extra 5 minutes, get out on the roads, get ahead of traffic, and be safe out there as you go to work. Moving across to the Central Plains, this gold color right here, that is a high wind warning. Now, high winds typically aren't that bad, but when they're up into the 45, 50 mile an hour range, that's when we start getting that warning. So here in Nebraska, we are looking at a sustained winds up to 45 mile an hour with gusts up to 60 mile an hour. So definitely what you're going to want to do is lower that flagpole, move that garbage inside so we're not having to pick it up later. Here, this little beige up in Wyoming and Oklahoma, we are going to want to lower those flagpoles again because that is a high weather or a high wind. Here, as we move deeper into the Rockies, we are going to see that freeze and frost warnings. So definitely temperatures are going to get down lower. Low tonight, that is going to develop frost as we get into tonight and into tomorrow. Looking at our precision cast, we can see this high pressure here system in Denver, but as I put this in motion, this low pressure is going to move away from it. So winds are going to die down here in the central plains, but this is going to move across, bringing rain across into the Midwest and into Pennsylvania. Tomorrow's highs 55 in Kansas City, 58 in Denver, and 62 in Cincinnati.
All right, thank you so much. I'm honestly pretty excited for the colder weather. I noticed it was getting a little bit more chilly. I was walking to the studio today.
Yeah, it's going to definitely cool off with that cold front coming in. We are going to see a little bit of rain, but it shouldn't be too bad.
It is officially hoodie season, to say the least.
Yes, it is.
In just a moment, meet the Double Trouble crew making their debut at Ball State.
That's after your weather now.
Welcome back. Indiana high school football's regular season is approaching the finish line as teams rev up for the postseason. On to the road to State NewsLink. NewsLink's Indiana's Jace Miller caught up with the Delta Eagles to hear their game plan.
The IHSAA football regular season is coming to a close, while sectionals are right around the corner. The Class 3A Delta Eagles drew sectional 27 just a little over a week ago. In the first round, the 5-3 Eagles are set to square off against the 2-3 Norwell Knights.
I feel like we're playing our best football right now, and we're also playing against some of the hardest teams that we've seen all season. But that's just a test for how we're going to play in the sectional. And I know that we beat Norwell once already, but it's hard to beat a team twice. But I think we're ready to beat them again.
With high confidence, the Eagles are ready to take flight into the postseason. What has driven that level of confidence is Delta's back half of the schedule, as they have faced two of the more competitive Class 4A teams, with one more ahead this week in the New Palestine Dragons. Kickoff this week against the Dragons is set for 7:30 at home. Then next week, the Eagles fly over to Norwell High School for a 7 o'clock kickoff. In Muncie, Jace Miller, NewsLink, Indiana.
All right, now let's see what Ian has for us for local weather today.
Thank you, and right now we are approaching some great weather for a game of football. Right now, still a little cool though, 50 degrees in Muncie, 50 in Kokomo, and 54 in Indianapolis. Pretty regular temperatures across the state, and as well as that, we have a lot of clear skies. Right now, look around Delaware County, not too much going on, but check out west as we head into the rest of the day. Out west, you can see out here towards Iowa and Kansas, we have some spin going on right here, going around these storms, spinning around it. This is a classic low pressure system moving out towards the east right now. It's going to be arriving here in Indiana probably tonight and tomorrow morning. So you're going to have to get ready for that as we head into football weekend. And as we look at today, because we're not quite done, 77 high temperature today, quite warm, way above the average high of 78 degrees, approaching that record of 82 and reached in 1976. A little close for my comfort, but we are going to go way back down as we head into the evening. So if you like cool temperatures, definitely get ready for today, because 57 degrees this evening with scattered thunderstorms, 90% chance. So those storms are definitely heading our way. Strong winds as well and gusts. Definitely want to wear a jacket if you're heading out tonight. Probably one bit different from mine, and the same principle applies to tomorrow as we look at Ball State playing Toledo starting at 2 p.m. tomorrow. Check this out, 64 degrees and showers throughout most of the day. Southwest winds 10 miles per hour, strong gusts as well. Looking about 20-25 mile per hour gusts. Definitely want to wear a windbreaker, bring an umbrella, but still get out to support the Cardinals when they play Toledo tomorrow. And looking at Sunday, we are going to be having pretty similar conditions. Winds at 56 degrees and cloudy tomorrow. Winds coming from the north at 17 miles per hour. Gusts at 26. Again, very, very strong winds as we head into the rest of the day. And those conditions are unfortunately going to continue as we head into the early week. Looking at Monday and Sunday, 56 degrees and 54, a 20% chance of rain on Monday as well. Warming up quite a bit as we head into the midweek, 62 and 61 on Wednesday and Thursday, 40% chance of rain on Thursday as well. While I am looking forward to these warmer conditions, can't say I'm a big fan of the rain.
Honestly, I like studying inside while the rain's going on, but I'm excited for this pumpkin spice, sweater weather,
Yeah, I mean, ultimately it's the perfect football weather. You want 60s, 55. That's just it fits the thing.
Oh yeah, gonna love getting next to the couch, watching the football, getting some pumpkin spice coffee as well.
All right, thanks, Ian. President Biden is expecting new actions to crack down on junk fees during an event at the White House Wednesday. According to a fact sheet shared ahead of the event, the Federal Trade Commission will unveil a proposed rule that would require businesses to disclose mandatory fees up front. It would also prevent a swath of businesses, including event ticketing providers and hotels, from levying unexpected service charges. Also, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau will take steps to prohibit banks and credit unions from charging consumers who want to check account balances.
First, it was Girl Scout cookies. Now inflation is hitting burritos and tacos. Chipotle is announcing what it is calling a modest price increase to offset raising food costs. While the Mexican grill chain won't say how much it's raising the prices, in June of 2021, the increase was about 4%. Chipotle's CEO says so far the chain hasn't seen a decrease in business from the lower income customers. The company says in total revenue is healthy, growing more than 13% in the quarter ending in June 30th. Meanwhile, PepsiCo, the global snack and beverage giant, says it has increased prices 11% on average.
A very lucky person in California has won the Powerball jackpot worth $1.765 billion. Only one ticket in the entire nation matched Wednesday's winning numbers. It was the second largest Powerball jackpot and second largest U.S. lottery jackpot ever won. The winning numbers from Wednesday night's game were 22, 24, 40, 52, 64, and Powerball 10. A California lottery official on Thursday noted how lucky the state has been.
I think most of you know this is our $3 billion Powerball jackpot in the span of a year hit here in California. California is home to more lottery players than any other state, so it doesn't totally surprise me, and we're thrilled to celebrate it with them.
If the winner chooses to cash in on the lump sum, the total would be more than $770 million before federal taxes. Lottery winnings are not taxed by California. The winner hasn't yet come forward to claim their prize.
A Chicago woman who broke the world record for skydiving at 104 died in her sleep this weekend. We discussed her here on Cardinal Weather last week when a video of Dorothy Hoffner skydiving went viral and drew admiration from all over the globe earlier this month. Her nurse who she had referred to her grandson, told the New York Times that she passed Sunday night at her home in Chicago. Hoffner, born on December 17, 1918, said that the 10,000-foot descent was as fun as it appeared. She broke a Guinness World Record parachuting from a plane in Ottawa, Illinois on October 1st. Hoffner surpassed the 103-year-old who originally set the record in May of 2022. Just a moment, a new fashion statement has arrived just in time for Halloween.
That's after your weather now.
From the heart of Ball State to the heart of your community, NewsLink Indiana brings you local and state news you care about. We pride ourselves with giving you the most reliable news coverage, stories that affect you, linking you to the community each night on air and online. NewsLink Indiana, bringing news to the heart of your community.
Welcome back. Just in time for Halloween, Crocs has unveiled what may be its sweetest collaboration. The casual footwear company has teamed up with Hershey's for a pair of clogs based on the Reese's peanut butter and the classic Hershey's chocolate bar. The Reese's version is a vibrant orange, while the Hershey's version is solid brown. They are available online at either crocs.com or footlocker.com, but you better act fast because they are limited edition for spooky season. The Reese's clog will cost you $55, while the Hershey's clog will cost you $65.
A teenage Arthur has an important message to the 1 in 36 American kids like him with autism. It's in the form of the new book, Ziggy Superbrain, with the help of his mom, Farmville middle schooler Ziggy Williams wrote the autobiography, a tribute to autistic people. The 13-year-old, who was diagnosed on the spectrum himself at a young age, says it's based on his own experiences. A content of the book focuses on many of Ziggy's daily challenges and how he overcomes them with kindness. Ziggy and his mom, Atashi. Williams also founded a nonprofit called Autistic Dream to help to raise money for those with autism and eventually open up a sensory center in eastern North Carolina for those with autism.
All right, honestly, like I've been saying, I'm very excited for this fall weather. Definitely a little bit of rain too. I know you said you didn't like that, but it is pretty good football weather though, fall weather.
Mm-hmm. It'll be great fall weather coming up these next couple of days, but the football game itself, we're definitely going to see some rain and wind as we head into these next couple of days. On Friday and Saturday, it'll be 77 and 64, cooling down, thunderstorms overnight and rain during the day, showers during the game. Sunday, 56 and clouds as well. Definitely want to keep a jacket within you on all times.
That's all for Cardinal weather for this Friday morning. Thank you for joining us this morning.
We'll see you next Friday. Have a great rest of your Friday and a fantastic weekend.